Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a one-day experiment trying out the full official Pomodoro Technique method. This is research for another video that'll be a guide to the Pomodoro Technique. That video will be educational style and stick to the facts. Meanwhile, this video is going to be a day in the life vlog style video and more about how does this technique work, in practice. So this video is unscripted and real. It'll get personal. You're going to see my house and how I look without fresh makeup. And the other video, the guide, is going to be researched and scripted and as objective as I can make it. So this is a two-part series. Right now I'm in the middle of my morning routine, same as every Monday through Friday, up at 6:45, then get my two kids fed and ready for school. Then we walk over to their schools, luckily right next to each other. This is Rome, Italy, by the way. That is where I've lived for the past 13 years, but we are actually moving this summer. I've purposely picked a day where they are getting picked up by their nonni and we'll have dinner with them. So you and I can spend the whole day together trying to be productive. On my way home, I pick up a cornetto or croissant. Feels weird using the French word, but I guess it's also the English word. And then we'll start our day. Hi, good morning. This is my favorite time of the day. I spent the last 2 hours from like 6:45 to 8:45 getting myself ready and the kids ready and getting them to school and getting back home. And my way home, I get my breakfast. And I got back about 10 minutes ago, took off my shoes and coat, made my coffee. And unfortunately, I have to leave in like less than 10 minutes again now because today I happen to have a chiropractor appointment. So I need to leave at 9 to walk over and stop at the ATM and be there on time. He's always late, but I don't want to be. Especially in the morning, I don't want to make everyone else late. So I'm gonna have to eat breakfast fast today. But this is my moment to really check in on the day. Sometimes I do this the night before, but even if I did, I would do like a quick review. And so today I'm doing things a little different. Today was my Pomodoro experiment day. So here I have, I'm not sure which way you can see it here. Here I have like a schedule I've made with my day. Kids ready is already done, my breakfast and a little vlogging now until 9. Then I think it's gonna take me like an hour and a half between walking there and coming back. I never really know because he's always late. I don't know how long I'll wait to see him. And then I should be home by 10:30 in that. Between 10:30 and noon, I'm hoping to get 3 Pomodoros done. And then I'm giving myself an hour for lunch. I might end up like doing laundry during that time too. Excuse me, I do only have like 5 minutes to eat. Yeah, so lunch, I might sneak laundry during that same time. And then from 1 to 4, that's 3 hours. And I think I can get some good work done then at like 6 Pomodoros, which feels like, it's funny, but 6 Pomodoros feels like more than 3 hours time. At 4 o'clock, my kids finish school at 4:30. I'm not getting them today, but I'm not quite sure if they'll be coming home or they'll be going somewhere else. It's a rainy day. So that I have like sort of like unknown time. And also I'll need to eat dinner at some point in there. 7:30, I like to start getting the kids ready for bed. So, I don't think I'm not planning on doing anything after that, but in reality, very often if I have something important done, I get the kids ready for bed, I get them asleep, and then by like 9:30, 10, I'm all done. They should be asleep before 9, but sometimes I stay a little while, see if they're really asleep. And then I'll do a little late night work sometimes. I did last night. Hopefully it's not too obvious that I got like 4 hours of sleep last night. But anyway, yeah, that is my schedule. It's pretty like good, typical schedule. My kids are in school today. I have one appointment, and I'm not picking my kids up, although I'm not sure like when they will be home after that. So productivity systems, you're not supposed to like change your life to fit the system. You're supposed to find a system that fits really well with your life. So that is my schedule, and I have the morning block with like 1 to 3 Pomodoros, and the afternoon I'm hoping to do 6. We'll see. And then maybe even some time between 4 and 7, but I'm not expecting it. It'll be like a nice surprise. And then my to-do today is like how you're supposed to set it up in the Pomodoro system. I have my activities or my tasks, and I've made an estimate of how many Pomodoros I think they'll take. And then I'm also going to record like what it actually takes. And this is a big part of the Pomodoro system, is the reflection and getting better at making those estimates. I've also made a little note about like what I want to do during some of my breaks. I'd love to exercise. I'd love to do my Duolingo. I'm studying German. But I think I'll probably end up spending most of them putting away laundry. We're in Italy, we don't have a dryer. So I have laundry that's hanging up now that's ready to get put away. And I need to put it away because I need to do laundry again and put the wet stuff on those drying racks. Okay, 8 minutes to finish breakfast. Okay, so one thing that I love about, I just really liked about the idea of how you set up your to-do today thing in Pomodoro is there's an unplanned and urgent section, which, is, I think every to-do list probably should have an unplanned and urgent section. That makes a lot of sense. And I don't want to go on a tangent about the Pomodoro system, but you're not supposed to interrupt them. But something, besides these couple tasks I picked out might come up, in which case I put it there. And then what I like about that is that I'm not just breaking out of the system, I'm staying in the system, so I'm not gonna give up on it. I think that's just really good to be able to have room for the system to be flexible for real life. And the other thing I like about it is those unplanned urgent tasks, we tend to not write them down because writing down is overhead. But here, by writing them down, at the end of the day, if I only get I have 5 tasks in my real task list, and if I don't get all of them done, but then I see I did 10 unplanned urgent things that came up, I don't have to feel bad at myself that I didn't get those original 5 things done. I can say, wow, I did a lot today. It was just not what I planned to do, but these things really had to be done. So, I did the correct thing. I did what I was supposed to do. So I like that unplanned and urgent section. It's time. I think I will talk more about the tasks that I picked out during the day because I'm gonna do little check-ins like this during my breaks. So I do have to run now. I didn't get to my appointment. Oh, psych, I'm back. The Italian in me cannot stand inviting you all into my home without that disclaimer. Please don't judge me, it's so messy. Thing we have to always say when anyone comes into our homes. I'm moving in about a month, so there are messes that are just kind of on the list to be dealt with, with everything else. And I've known that I'm going to be moving for a while, so we've really outgrown the space. And if I thought I was staying for many more years, I would have done projects to add more storage and or otherwise kind of optimize the space. But knowing we were leaving, any house project at a minimum is going to be a couple $100s in a full weekend. And it just did not make sense to invest that time and money in a house when I knew we kind of had one foot out the door. So yeah, please don't judge me when you see bins kind of in corners and piles of papers that need to be put away, because it's just, that's just real life. My house is not vlog worthy. I really hope that in the new house it'll be vlog worthy. That's something I'm really excited about. I'm looking forward to the move, is to have a house that I can be really proud of and looks really pretty. Which this house used to be, but it's just we've outgrown it. And yeah, then if I keep doing videos, that could be a nice journey that you guys come with me on the channel. But okay, yeah, now I'm running late. I'm gonna finish breakfast. Okay, let's go. All right, I'm back home. It is 11:30 rather than 10:30. A couple things happened to get me behind schedule, which is normal, which is life. You gotta stay flexible. I had to stop at 2 different ATMs instead of one. The first one was out of order. By the time I was coming back, I was hungry, so I stopped real quick at the store, and I ran into my favorite neighbor, and she happened to like give me like a really nice, honest, like, how are you doing? Which is the opportunity I've kind of been waiting for, because we pass each other in the hall and say hi, and we haven't had a good chat in a long time. And I was really worried I was gonna move and just like disappear and she'd never see me again. So we got to have a nice chat, and all the other things too. Chiropractor's running late like he always is. So yeah, hour behind. It's already 11:30 rather than 10:30. I'm gonna do, instead of 3 Pomodoros before my lunch break, I'm gonna just do 1, best I can do. Yeah, and that's just life. So let's get started with 25 minutes. Let's see, I think I do all the way to the end, and then I go back to 25 minutes. Okay, wish me luck. I thought this first task was gonna take 2 to 3 Pomodoros. Maybe just like earlier I was running later, maybe this will be really great and run faster. Let's see. Okay, starting a 5-minute break. Oh no, not really 5-minute break. I want to eat lunch now. I really have a bunch of stuff in my head and I don't want to stop right now. Okay, I guess we can pause here. 5-minute break. Yeah, I set it for 5 minutes, but don't know if that really makes sense. This Bella keeping me company. Okay, it's my hour lunch break now. I'm gonna start laundry, start cooking, and maybe put some laundry away while I'm cooking. Let's try to do all that. Little one likes having mismatched socks. So all of her socks are paired, but in mismatched ways. Now they're free for new laundry. All right, let's check out mine. Okay, yeah, nice news for my game channel. I get to test something new. So that's fun. I guess I should probably add that. Replying to her, I should add to my unexpected urgent sheet. Yeah, unplanned. I need to reply to that offer. Okay, great. Kids' room, I got more kids' laundry to put away. The last one in these dryers is in the bathroom. Hi, welcome back to the bathroom. I'm actually gonna start a Pomodoro now. Let's see. Wind it and then down to 25 minutes. So yeah, okay, that's going. Laundry actually finished like 10 minutes after I finished eating, and I just kind of spent 10 minutes, just doing phone stuff, nothing that's actually pretty important. But yeah, the kind of stuff that makes you a little stressed if you know you're like, there's messages you replied and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do Pomodoro to hang up laundry. This will take, I think, like at least 15 minutes or so. If I finish early, then I'll also do dishes in the same Pomodoro and just kind of consider them like together. I have to say, I do feel a little more stressed. Like having this ticking timer, like it really like feels like this ticking timer. And yeah, I don't know. Like for me, getting started is harder than keeping going. So like that first Pomodoro. I think that did really help me get started with that one task that I've been dreading doing. But then like I was going good and my timer went off, and I mean it's good to stop for lunch anyway, but I probably, if I wasn't doing this experiment, would have kept going. I definitely would have kept going because I was like in the middle of a thought, in the middle of like, you know, pasting something. So yeah, so I would have been farther along on that big task if I wasn't doing Pomodoro Technique. In theory, assuming I actually started it. Because like I said, I'm having a hard time like just like starting that task for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why. But yeah, let's see. I'm trying to kind of really try to understand like what is happening that I'm feeling a little more rushed. Like it's possible I would have felt that way anyway because you know, I had an appointment today, and it's always really frustrating when you have an appointment and it's just like, you know, an hour, even like 20 minutes, but it ends up taking up half your day. Like it ends up like destroying most of the morning. So that always kind of makes me feel a little frustrated because I always, when I have an appointment, really want it to not take up a quarter to half the day, and end up like booking myself for more things than that. So I'm not sure like which solution do I want? Do I want to accept that, you know, this is reality? If you have an appointment, you're going to lose a quarter to half a day, or do I want to like work on getting better at not losing so much time when I have an appointment? I think I really want it to be the second one. I want it to be able to like have an appointment and not lose so much of my day. And I'm going to stay optimistic. I'm going to keep holding on to that. And then at some point I'll have to kind of like accept reality that, yeah, if I have an appointment, it's going to take a big chunk of the day, even if it's a short appointment. Okay. I had a delicious lunch. And yeah, working on laundry. We went away, see today is a Tuesday. We went away not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, and got home Tuesday night. And it always takes like a week to like recover from the backup laundry, because you know I have a small washing machine and we hang dry everything, so can really only do like one load every other day. So like I come home and I have 2 full hampers. I do one, you know, 2 days later, I'll do another load, but it, in the meantime, like that hamper's more than full, and yeah, it takes some time to catch up. But it's not such a big deal doing laundry, because I can do 2 things at once. Like now I'm talking to you, and on Sundays I have a call with my best friend, and yeah, I always do laundry on Sundays because I can do this while talking to her. So yeah, I have had like 3 urgent and unexpected tasks come up. I don't think any of the 3 need 25 minutes, so maybe I'll do them all together. I'm not really sure how I want to work with that. If you're curious how I do laundry, I'm making like 2 piles, stuff for my kids that'll hang up in their room, and stuff that's mine that'll hang up in my room, and all the little stuff is going in here, and I'll deal with that at the end and put them in like the little spaces in between. I've got some Disney music stuck in my head. I actually am working on a Disney related video or organizing a trip. But I'm also trying to learn German because we're moving to Switzerland. And one thing that I'm doing to help with that is I've been listening to the German version of Disney songs, just like on a Spotify playlist that already existed. And that I think is really cool because I already know all the songs, like word for word. And so I get to like hear these expressions that I kind of like know what the song is about, and then I'm hearing them in German, and lots of times getting like and repeated over and over again because it's a song, and you know, even if it's not a part of the song that repeats, and like I'm listening to the playlist all the time. So I've had a lot of Disney songs get stuck in my head a lot because I'm listening to them a lot right now. Right now I had You're Welcome from Moana stuck in my head, which is a really good song. Okay, almost done. All right, I'm gonna extract myself of these big piles of heavy wet laundry. Okay, so we're back. I had like maybe a little less than 5 minutes left in my Pomodoro when I finished the laundry. So I'm saying break time is 5 minutes. So I think what you're supposed to do is then use that time to like reflect. But I did what I said on the dishes. I started with dishes, and then the timer went off while I was still doing the dishes, and I just finished the freaking dishes. Like I didn't want to be interrupted again. So, like I said, I'm gonna have a coffee now. It's 1:35 in the afternoon. It's actually kind of perfect in the sense being forced to take a break right now because I do like to have a coffee break after lunch, not immediately after lunch. So, like having like one Pomodoro between lunchtime and coffee time. Yeah, it's nice. Although I don't know if I can like drink my coffee in 5 minutes, I'm not sure. I mostly wanna vlog, wanna talk about like how it feels so far today. Let's get my cup. So, kind of interesting because I figured, I hope you can hear my audio with the coffee machine. I figured today would be kind of boringly simple because I had it planned out pretty good because this is a planned video. But in reality, it's like not going perfect. I ended up just a little bit behind like 1 hour behind in the morning. And I haven't really been able to recover. So now here it is, like getting close to 2 p.m. and I have spent exactly 25 minutes on my top priority today. You could make an argument that actually the chiropractor is my top priority because I treated it that way. But I, as like the very pedantic productivity, like obsessed weirdo that I am, do distinguish between like events and tasks. So for me that was an event and not a task. And the thing I worked on from like my one Pomodoro after I got home is my top priority task for today. And I only worked on for 25 minutes so far. Yeah, so it's not a nice feeling to be running around since 6:45 in the morning like I have been, and at nearly 2 o'clock I've only worked 25 minutes on my top priority task. And yeah, it's a feeling that I unfortunately know pretty well. And it just is like, what happened? Like what's wrong with me that I didn't make time for like this top priority thing? Like what happened? Like it's not like I've been like relaxing and reading social media or watching TV. Like I know what I've been doing all day. Like I've literally been filming it all day. Like the record's there. So, but then like, so the real question is, would today have gone better or worse if I wasn't using the Pomodoro technique? Because that's what the experiment is. And it's tempting to say that I would have kept working through lunch and been done with that task. But it's also a possibility that I would have let myself start the laundry and do other things and not even started it. I've been thinking a lot about what makes a task something that I dread starting. And it just so happens today I had a task that I was dread starting. It just so happens I did I did plan it that way. And I'm just starting to really understand it because like I've been really paying attention. And the best thing you can do for your productivity is learn more about yourself and your habits and your energy levels and just like how you react to things. So every time there's a task that I wanted to do and I didn't, you know, fine, I go tomorrow, that's normal, that happens all the time. But then I don't do it the next day. Isn't actually like not a priority and it should be removed from my list. But if it's a priority and I'm not getting it done, like what is going on there? And I've been really trying to figure that out. And I think one of the possibilities is it's tasks that I don't know how long they're gonna take. Yeah, it can be really unrewarding to, you know, work for an hour on something and it's not done. So maybe that's it. Maybe that could be part of it. And in which case, the Pomodoro Technique is a nice solution for that, because then I can say, I don't care if I get this done or not today, but I'm going to do 2 Pomodoros worth of this task today, or even just 1. So those are my big reflections so far. You know, at like almost 2 o'clock. I've only done, I did 1 morning Pomodoro and 1 after lunch Pomodoro. So like 2 o'clock and I've only done 2 Pomodoros, which is a little disheartening, to be honest. But that's what my life is. Like that's what probably a lot of people's lives is. There's having long stretches of uninterrupted time where you could just, you know, do a Pomodoro, take a 5-minute break, do a Pomodoro, take a 5-minute break, do 4 of them in a row, take a longer break. Like if that's you, you have different productivity challenges than I have. I'll say that. Yeah, I dealt with the wet laundry, had my appointment, I've had my lunch. So for now, hopefully I can finish that top priority task. And I also have another big task. I need to do some writing and that really needs to be done before tomorrow. So I might be doing that late tonight still, we'll have to see. All right, let's go back to it. We'll bring the coffee. Okay, back at the desk, got my coffee. Computer's ready. Just gonna check in with my Pomodoro to do today sheet. Let's see. Other than running 1 hour behind, which cost me 2 Pomodoros, I am on schedule. Yeah, it's just like that little bit of being off schedule that's made me feel like kind of frantic all day. So yeah, I had estimated that this number 1 first task I wanted to do is going to take 2 to 3 Pomodoros. And I've done 1, so wish me luck that I can get it done with just 1 more. That would be a nice little boost to get back on track. Okay, let's get started. Warm it up. 25 minutes. That seems good. Open the script that was running. Okay, here's my work where I left it off. And yeah, I left myself what I was doing. Okay, cool. I know exactly where to pick up from where I left it off, which is probably what I was most concerned about Pomodoro Technique was interrupting a task in the middle, which I didn't like the idea of doing, but it's actually fine. That part of this is actually fine. So let's get to it. All right, so I just finished another Pomodoro. It took me, and I'm on my 5-minute break. It took like the first 2 minutes just to get, you know, the camera set up again since I was charging during that last Pomodoro. Yeah, so now let's see, that's been on this task. This is my 3rd Pomodoro. Pretty much done, just testing it out. So I'm gonna do another one on this same task. Now I had given myself another Pomodoro to like basically like send this off and do what I have to do with it. So I think I can just really finish testing it and send that off in this final Pomodoro, 4th one for this big project, and be completely done, which will feel really great. We've got like a minute left of my break. Definitely something that There it is. The cat has mixed feelings about this, about the Pomodoro technique. One thing that has been really surprising during this like one-day experiment is how short 5 minutes is. When I was reading about the Pomodoro technique, even people said like, oh, this 5-minute break, and you can even do housework during your break. Like in my head, I was gonna be productive during my with my core tasks, things like business work, software engineering, like programming work. During my 25 minutes, my 5 minutes, I was gonna get everything else done. I was gonna exercise, practice my German, do housework. And in reality, like 5 minutes, I mean, today I'm doing this vlogging thing, which is taking a big part of my 5 minutes, but 5 minutes is a very short break. So that is not like a place for tasks to go, which really makes sense because it's supposed to be a break. But I've been kind of thinking it could just be like a non-mentally draining task, like exercising. But that's just not gonna happen. 5 minutes goes by way too fast. But on like the plus side of that, it's that much easier to get right back into my task. So one of the things I was most skeptical and have always been skeptical about the Pomodoro technique is taking when I'm in the zone, when I'm really going, to take a step away for 5 minutes, to stop. And because I'm the kind of person that really gets in it. And like, I will sometimes be drinking my water and be sitting here like having to pee for an hour. But here, like my timer goes off. Okay, that's my time, to pee, to pet the cat, focus my eyes. It's something that I really try to do, but I've been bad at it, is to take a break staring at the screen at the same focal length and to look away, do something else for just 5 minutes. 5 minutes is actually a really short amount of time. And yeah, I think in a good way. Like it is not practical to try to shoehorn other tasks into those 5 minutes, because 5 minutes isn't enough time. But it's a really short little break to just use the bathroom if you have to, or stretch, and it goes by really fast. Unless my timer is it feels like 2 minutes, not 5 minutes, to be honest. And I think we're good to go. I mean, I think I'm done with my big task. It took 3 Pomodoros, which was, my estimate was 2 to 3. I'm just gonna finish testing it and send off the screenshots that I need to send off. And then, then we'll see where that is. I will check back with you guys on my next break, I guess. All right, so I finished another Pomodoro, and I haven't completely finished off this task yet. One of the things about the Pomodoro technique is that they claim it'll make you better at estimating how long tasks will take, which today is something that I'm not doing a really good job at. So, okay, my 5 minute break is over. Yeah, pretty much just went to the bathroom and then turned on the camera. And let's see, so it took me I want to keep track, because all these Pomodoros in my head, I'm remembering it now, but part of the process is reflection and keeping track of how much things took. So this main task, it took the 3, closing it up and sending it away. I just finished one, but I'm gonna need another one. And yeah, it's almost 3:30. I very well could get interrupted at some point during this next Pomodoro because it's raining out. So they might get a request to come over, pick up my kids' rain gear so they can be picked up from school. No, hanging laundry. Okay, I did that. That took 1 Pomodoro as expected. And then, I do some unplanned and urgent stuff that is sort of on the queue to be dealt with. Yeah, but for now, 5 minutes are up, so I'm going to start another Pomodoro, hopefully finish up this now I did finish up my first big task, the document, the spreadsheet that I was working on. If you watch my channel, and you watched the goal planning as a budget video, this was the spreadsheet that I'm talking about during that video, which, as I'm recording this video, that's the video that's getting uploaded this week. By the time this video gets uploaded, that'll That'll be a couple weeks old. So if you are a loyal viewer, then you get to see me working on it. And I'm not too surprised that took longer than expected, because that's not something I do too often. I do a fair amount of it, but I've made a lot of like interactive kind of spreadsheets like that, but it's not like a regular thing I do where I would be good at estimating how long it takes. But that is done, so what I'm doing now is just going over the assets I need for the video. I need to like take screenshots of it and get them ready to go into the video so the video can get finished up and uploaded. All right, let's start my next Pomodoro. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna leave it playing, so if I get interrupted, I'll have nice evidence of how well that works. Okay, let's see.
You can keep making adjustments. In step 2, I didn't want you thinking about the totals yet, so I had it add up the numbers and put it hidden in the next tab. Now in step 3, we do want to be thinking about the total. What I want to do is even possible. If you're a Simply Goals and Tasks user and you haven't figured it out already, this list of things you want to spend your time on should be your goals in the app, using the amount of time you came up with in the end. You might want to combine a few if you have much more than 8. You can have as many as you want, but it could be cumbersome when adding new tasks if you have a really long list of goals to scroll through. And every now and then.
All right, I just finished the Pomodoro and I finished my break too. I used my break to do some stretching, which was nice. It's what I envisioned myself having time to do, doing the Pomodoro technique. And yeah, I'm just kind of picking up my tasks where I left them at this point, moving on from one kind of related thing to another. But when my 25 minutes is up, take a 5-minute break and jump right back in. And I do feel in the groove. I think this is working better now that I have like a bigger chunk of time and I'm able to basically keep working. Focusing is not normally my issue. But I can see how this would help someone focus to be like, I'm gonna do this for 25 minutes and then we'll deal with it after that. And I'm not gonna stop for those 25 minutes. So yeah, I'm feeling in the groove now. I'm not worrying so much about like fitting my tasks into those 15-minute spots. I'm just going and you're just going from one related task to another and finishing up this high priority has to be done today stuff. Okay, and yeah, let's start anew with another one. Okay. All right, so I finished this kind of group of tasks and I'm like 5 minutes early. And the more advanced Pomodoro technique, you're supposed to be including time in each Pomodoro for a little review time. So that's what I'm gonna use these last 2 minutes for. Kind of review what I've done. Also, since this kind of group of tasks, yeah, everything's just like closed mentally and I can kind of start fresh with my new tasks. I'm checking off some items on my Pomodoro to do today sheet. There's a couple different sheets like the official technique uses. And one of them that I was a little confused about, like what the two different ones were. There's yeah, an activity inventory, which is like just like a big long to-do list. Here to do today, which are the tasks you want to do today by order of priority. And there was a records, which I didn't quite understand the difference between records and to do today, since to do today had like space for the Pomodoros. But now that I've been like taking this vlogging time to kind of say like what happened all day, I realized like, oh, that would actually be really useful to have like a sheet of this, like, which the cat loves that. Yeah, just to have that the record of like, yeah, how many Pomodoros I did, so then you really can just like step back at the end of the day and like look at how much all these things took all together. All right, so I get a break now. Actually, is it time for a long break? Since, let me start my 5 minutes while I figure it out. So actually, yeah, so since since I did lunch, dishes, a coffee break, which is like a little bit longer than normal break, and then I've done 5 Pomodoros since then. So I'm actually due for like a little longer break. So how much is it supposed to be? I think it's like 20 minutes or half an hour. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little longer break. So I had it set for 5 minutes. I'm gonna set it for 20 minutes instead. And I'm going to just check on a bunch of stupid things that are kind of nagging me in the back of my brain, and hopefully maybe also take a couple of minutes to do my daily Duolingo German lesson. I think it's later in the day. The cat is gonna be on camera more and more because she wants her dinner at 6. It's 4:30 now. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna just enjoy some like veg out time, and we're back. Break was nice. It mostly just caught up on my game. As I was saying earlier, just having this timer like ticking all day long is a little stressful. I can see definitely that this would be really useful sometimes, but I don't see myself doing this all the time. So new group of tasks now. I'm gonna do some writing, and I'm working on 2 upcoming videos. One's a little Disney themed, a little more fun, and another one is the other half of this video, because this is kind of part of my researching. I'm doing a video about the Pomodoro Technique, obviously. So so this video is part of a 2-video series. So this one is the vlog one, super personal, my experiences, my opinions, and the other video is the opposite, very like academic, like just the facts, explanation of the Pomodoro Technique, all the opinion stuff like withheld, which honestly, like, as much as Pomodoro Technique has so much content around it, I think it's got like a lot of good marketing. Since it's got like a catchy name, a cute little icon, and but yeah, most content out there is just people's experiences. So I think like I know what I'm just looking for information. I don't always want someone's life story. So this one is for the personal aspect of the Pomodoro Technique, and that video, which I'm going to work on a little bit now, is the real just the explanation, just the facts. Okay. All right, it's almost 5 o'clock, so we're working our way through the day. And Stella will get more and more, what's the word? Annoying? No. Well, she likes to eat at 6, so from like 5 until she eats, she starts being very affectionate. All right, so it's 6:30. My next step is I'm going to make and eat dinner, and then at 7 o'clock, like I said in the beginning when I laid out my day, then it becomes like kiddo bedtime, and just like the morning, a very intense time of day where there's no time for more Pomodoros to get done. I haven't checked in a couple of Pomodoros. So I was writing, I was in the groove, my timer would go off. I took like a minute to like, okay. And I just was setting it right back away. I'm not sure if that's cheating. Hopefully not. And yeah, I got a fair amount of writing done. I'm happy with this. I will definitely do some more writing tonight. And I think I can do that with Pomodoro Technique. I won't use the timer because the kids will be sleeping and it's a little noisy. Any reflections from this past set? Yeah, I think, you know, the Pomodoro Technique is so flexible. You can, you know, any system, you can take the parts you like, but like the basics of it, like breaking your time into chunks, setting a timer, that is flexible. So like if I don't want my break, or if I want to just take a smaller one, like that's what I did. And helped me, yeah, like since I started the day like an hour behind, yeah, I just kind of wanted to like keep going. Yeah, I feel pretty good about what I got done today. So yeah, my low priority tasks, I didn't get to them, but that's a good thing. Like spending my productive time on the important high priority tasks, that's what you want to do. That's success. So yeah, some of this stuff, like I gotta order some dance stuff for the kids. That's gonna roll over into tomorrow. I haven't done some of the stuff that I put down in the break section that I thought I'd do my 5-minute breaks. 5 minutes is like nothing. I didn't do any. I stretched once. I really didn't do much during my breaks. And I have 3 things in my unplanned and urgent. I had a package delivery and I got 2 of something. I need to double check if I made the mistake or if or what. And I need to reply to a message. I can do that tonight at bedtime. But yeah, overall, like a pretty good day. I felt really focused through this whole day, and sometimes a little too focused. You know, like you can only be running on like 100% so much, being so on. But I couldn't do this all the time, but I would like to take more of it. I'd like to, yeah, maybe set a timer if I'm gonna like, okay, I'm not gonna take any interruptions for this amount of time. I like that. I don't know about like breaking my tasks into Pomodoros or not. What I will do is for tasks like that one I did this morning that was giving me a hard time, you know, that was already giving me a hard time. So I personally have a weakness, not for focus in general, but for tasks that are big, and I know I might work on them for 2 hours today and it still might not get done today. And it's just hard to be motivated to like, same thing with programming, you know, with my app, when I'm working on a big feature and I work all day on it, and then at the end of the day, there's, you know, my list of things that still have to be done is actually longer than it was in the beginning of the day. Like it's really hard to sit down and get started to work when you're in that situation. And I think Pomodoros could help, because then like, you know, I can see like, oh, like my to-do list is longer than it was in the morning, but at least I can see I did, you know, all these different Pomodoros. And I think that's what I will do, especially for packing, because like last week I wanted to pack 10 boxes. It didn't happen. So I think it might make sense to like, okay, I'm gonna like do 2 Pomodoros of packing today, you know, or writing, right? So like one of my tasks here literally just says writing, but that's the kind of task that, because it's so like without a deadline, without a finish, how much time is that? And especially writing, you can fill any amount of time with writing. I think like having like 2 Pomodoros of writing would be like a perfect way to take like what I liked most about the Pomodoro technique and integrate it into my existing system. In terms of other reflections, you know, you guys were here with me throughout the day. Like as I was realizing them all, I actually am excited to like watch back this own video because it was a lot, and I really enjoyed this experiment. And actually, if you want to try it too, I thought it was just like a gimmick for a video, to be honest. Like I wanted to do the explainer and I thought I would try it out and that would be like a fun video concept, but I thought it would go easier because like I planned the day really well and I had a lot of trouble in the morning instead. And I was surprised like how much I was realizing about my own focus, about just how I felt, and how quick 5 minutes goes by. I think I waste 5 minutes during the day more than I realize, because that goes by really fast. And do I have any other conclusions? I kind of figured I would do a conclusion tomorrow morning, but I think we're pretty much good to wrap up now. If you didn't already watch the my ultimate guide to the Pomodoro Technique video, this exercise was actually also part of researching that. And that was part of what I was writing now. I think that one, the ultimate guide one, kind of makes sense to upload that one first, but I'm actually not sure which one I'll finish and upload first. So if you haven't like watched that one, yeah, definitely try it out. So the idea with these 2 videos, right, is that one's like no opinion, just the facts, and this one is like all the opinion, all the vloggy, personal stuff. Yeah, I think I think it's been an interesting day. It was hard in the beginning, but like any day that I get like my number one task done isn't a bad day. And if I get like 3 big tasks done, which I did today, I actually got 3 big tasks done, plus laundry, plus the chiropractor appointment. Like that's a good day. It was a productive day, like objectively productive day. And yeah, I feel good about the day, but I honestly feel a little tense because being so focused, literally having this noise all day long, was tense. You know, I thought I like worked really focused all day, like all the time, but maybe I'm not as productive as I thought I was. And yeah, like having this all day long, I think a digital timer would also be a good alternative if you don't like that sound. I think especially for breaks, I didn't like having that presence during my break time. But yeah, I made my conclusions, my observations throughout the whole video. Don't think I need to repeat them now. But I would encourage you guys to do your own version of this experiment because I'm really surprised how much I learned about myself. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm super hungry. It's 6:30. Way too early for Italians to do dinner, but yeah, don't tell them. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. I hope you enjoyed my vlog style Pomodoro experiment, and I'll see you next time.